Hey, good evening, Knicks Nation. Today is still Wednesday, the 21st day of January 2026. I hope you're all safe and healthy this day and that your family is safe and healthy, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in health, along with first responders every day trying to save lives, those that pick up garbage to keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are helping those that are victims of prostitution, child prostitution, pornography, human trafficking, sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators, profiteers, and perverts that create the demand that cause these very evil industries to exist. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 700,000 people in the United States. Men, women, children, families, senior citizens, military veterans, homeless, and millions of people around the world in either similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. There's a basketball game tonight at Madison Square Garden. New York Knicks destroyed, absolutely annihilated the Brooklyn Nets by the score of, I just finished watching it, it was by the score of 120-66. So they beat them by 54 points. I think the Knicks have busted out of their problem. Now, this is the situation. Yesterday, so during the 2-11 streak, there is always false rumors, and I say it just like that, not just rumors, false rumors. And these false rumors that came out recently we had 120-66. These false rumors had to do with trading Karl Anthony Towns, which I told you a couple of days ago I was not with, because I didn't feel it was Towns' fault that they sucked. It was really, there were other players to me that were worse than Towns, but for some reason people focused on Towns. But Towns got 20 rebounds two games ago, and then in the last game he got 18 boards. Anytime your five is getting you boards like that, I don't care what they score, they balling, okay? So there were other people that were not taking up what they should take up their weight. Tonight, what I like, okay, so people are going to say, people that are short-sighted, cursory, and doesn't actually look at the game, well, it's, oh, it was the Nets. This is the league. As the Mavericks showed again, any team can beat any team on any given night. What I liked about what we saw from the Knicks tonight is a couple things. Number one, in the past 11 games, put it that way, in the past 11 games, the Knicks have been allowing usually a player that is not the regular star you would think to go off. And when I say go off, they're like, for example, in this previous game, Max Christie was going off, and nobody thought, or at least attempted to try from where I sit, to put a stop on Max Christie. Like, don't let him have the ball. If he does, get on him and make him pass it. And they've been doing that during this whole 11-game stretch, whether it's Max Christie or whether any player X from every team that you don't expect to go off was going off, and they didn't put a check on it. Tonight they did. So the Brooklyn Nets, you could have kind of figured that Michael Porter Jr. was going to start, and he hit two early, and he started hitting three. They put a check on him. He ended up 3 of 9. Okay, that's the thing. They started guarding the hot player. Igor, another dude that could go off, he's a rookie, but 2 of 6. They started guarding the hot hand. And I was really blaming McCall and OG for not guarding the guy that was obviously hot, not seeking him out to make sure he didn't get the ball. Or if he did, there was pressure on him. They did that tonight. They hadn't done that in 11 games. They did it tonight. I think both Brown and the team-only meeting that Brunson had played a role. By the way, I am having this video right after the game, which I don't normally do, but I'm doing it tonight because I got to leave at 3 in the morning to get to the airport to take my 6 a.m. flight. So I won't be able to do a video tomorrow, so I'm doing it tonight. Plus, this was a win, so it's easy to do a win. You know, food always tastes better when the Knicks win. So they were doing that tonight. Then also, Jalen Brunson was passing the basketball. The Knicks ended up with 32. Wait, how many assists did they have? Let me just make sure I got the right number. 28 assists. They ended up with 28 assists tonight. And Brunson ended up with 5 of those 28. And he didn't have, but he had 2 turnovers. So he was playing more team ball. He shot the ball tonight 17 times. Now let's look at this. He shot 17 times. Karl Anthony Towns only shot 8, but he had 21 points. He was very efficient. And Karl Anthony Towns ended up with 8 boards. Mitchell Robinson ended up with 7 boards, 3 in the offensive end. Deuce shot 10 times. Now, this is actually what you want to see. You want Deuce to get double-digit shots. I'd like to see Karl Anthony Towns get a few more, but hey, it is what it is. Josh Hart was 5 of 5, very efficient. Score. This is the thing. I thought Josh Hart was off the other night because he just came back from injury. He's going to be his usual self. When Brown said he was making some changes or he knew what to do, I thought it was a lineup change, but I was wondering what it was going to be because I can't see any starting 5 but the starting 5 they now have. So he stuck with that starting 5. It went very well. It went very well today. Now, if I was to point out a change, it was in Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson played the 12 minutes of garbage time. Basically, the fourth quarter, this thing was over by the fourth quarter. And so he had the rookies in there, the youngins in there, and Jordan Clarkson played with the youngins. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know. But the real rotation tonight was Mitch Robb, Shamet, McBride. That was it, those 3. Now, Ariel Huporti, Clarkson, Kolick, Diawara, Daddy, they all played, but the real rotation was 8. So I don't know what that means going forward, but that was the rotation tonight. It was 8. So they played the right way. They got the loose balls. As far as the rebounding, they obviously dominated the rebound. They got 56 boards. They only had a total of 12 turnovers. That's about average. But they locked down Michael Porter Jr., the hot hand. And he started off hot, like the pattern had been going. That's the significant thing to me. They decided to guard the guy that was hot. Now, following this game, they're going to play, I think it's Saturday night. Let me just double check the schedule for the Knicks. But hold on. I want to see if this carries over. A game like this is almost like they were stuck and frustrated, constipated, and they let it go today. That's what I saw. They let it go. And so I'm hoping, like I'm sure all of us are, that this carries over. Again, Karl Anthony Towns was aggressive, as he always is. And he did what he had to do. Brunson was passing the basketball. And that's what we needed to see also. And they played Knicks basketball today. So that was the key. So they're going to play Philly. Oh, this is good. They're going to play Philly Saturday at 3. I would like to see Knicks basketball continue. It doesn't really matter who the opponent is in the sense that they got to guard, and Philly's a good example. They got to guard their hot hand. The last time we played them, Edgecombe was killing us. And then before that, Maxey was killing us. They got to find these guys, have somebody on them. Tonight, I noticed that OG, McCall, Brunson were on all of the possible hot hands. They got to continue that. Saturday at 3 o'clock on ABC, nationally televised game. They got to continue that. So I'm glad they're playing Philly because this is going to be a good test for the Knicks. The Knicks have actually been pretty fortunate in that even though they're 2-9 in their last 11 games, they're still in third place in the East. They're still in third place in the East. So at this point, they're 26-18. They're a game and a half behind Boston and 6.5 behind Detroit, but they're still third place in the East. So they got it. They're still in range. That's what I'm saying. So at this point, let's see. I'm glad they're playing Philly. They got to play a good team to see if this is for real. Will they guard Edgecombe? Will they guard Maxey? Will they take advantage? Will they dominate the boards? Mitchell Robinson was again Mitchell Robinson. And that's what you want. Mitchell Robinson was again Mitchell Robinson. So Mitchell Rob had 7 boards during the offensive end, 7 points, plus 20. He was more dominant than these numbers because he was protecting the paint. He was playing great defense. So we're going to find out Saturday. Is this for real? I think it is. I think the Brunson talk, and by the way, okay, BSPN's Ramona Shelburne, who I don't trust. I will say that up front. But she said something that was so unusual for her, because she's on BSPN, that I had to take note. She said, all she heard was that the Knicks were told, make this work. That's Mr. Dolan talking. That's James Dolan talking. And really, if you've been around following the league, as I have for many decades now, the real translation of that is make this work, Coach Brown, or else. Because all of the rumors about Carlton Town are false. They were all false rumors. They're not shopping. Both Ian Begley and secondarily Alan Hahn said they're not shopping Town. So all of the talk about Carlton Townsend was BS. And please note who said it so you can remember next time they bring BS to ignore it. But the words that Miss Shelburne from BSPN said, make this work. She said it was short just like that. That should tell you that's James Dolan. And who is he talking to? Mike Brown. Let's put it all together. They're not shopping Karl Anthony Towns. They're not looking to make major trades. For some reason, they're still mentioning Alvarado. I don't know why. But they're not looking to make a major trade. They're looking to tweak the bench. And son Dolan says, make this work. That's a message delivered to Mike Brown. And what Dolan is saying, Coach Brown, make this work or else. And it makes sense. You know why? This is the exact same team. The exact same team. Now, they got Clarkson and Yabusele. That's the only additions. And they haven't necessarily been net positive. But other than that, it's the exact same team and the exact same starting 5 that went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. There's no excuse as far as Dolan's concerned for them to be worse this year. They got a defensive coordinator. Obviously, that ain't worked out. Make this work, Coach Brown, or else. And we know what that means. So tonight against the Nets, they did what they had to do. They made it work. I mean, shoot. They win this game by 50 points, close to 50 points. They routed the Nets. They win this game by 54. This is the league. To beat any team by 54, you balling. So now they play Philly Saturday night. It's my hope and belief that they got back the edge, they lost. We're going to find out because Edgecombe and Maxey are going to test you. It's a good test. I'm not as worried about MB. I'm honestly not, because between OG and Mitch Rob, I'm not worried about OB. I don't worry about. See, there was a time when MB could take over a game from either the 3-point line or from all three levels, and basically win a game from Philly. I'm sure he probably could do that. He ain't doing that against the Knicks, because Mitch Rob, in spite of the losing that they've been doing, if you notice, Mitch Rob been balling. So he ain't going to do that. So I'm not worried about him like dominating the game, getting 11 threes or anything like that. But Edgecombe, Maxey have already shown they could do this. So this is going to be a good test. I won't see the game live. I won't see the replay. But it's going to be a good test for the Knicks Saturday. So I'm of the belief that they have turned the corner on this bad stretch. And I'm hoping they come out for real. Jalen Brunson, I'm hoping this, because look, he might have forgotten to pass. I'm serious. He might have forgotten the importance of not hogging the ball for most of the clock, which he did not do tonight. Before there's a 2-9 streak, I think he got it now. He's a smart young man. If that's the case, I'm interested, very interested, more than usually interested, to see what happens Saturday. We will see. Congratulations, Knicks, on breaking this spiel with this blowout. Let's keep it going. Again, this is the get right period. And the Nets and the Mavericks, unfortunately, but this is the time to get right. I think the Knicks did it tonight. So let's see what happens Saturday night. If this is for real, they should be in good shape Saturday night. We'll see. Savor this win, Knicks Nation. It's a beautiful one. Let's see if we can keep it going. You all enjoy your your Wednesday. Sorry. You enjoy your Wednesday. I'll be on the plane at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Shalom.